On August 19, 2025, I had the first lecture of WCS 240, Writing for Digital Media. As a CS student, I had 8 options to choose from for WCS 200 level, and I had decided to take this exact course because it sounded the most interesting out of them, and it did in fact turn out to be very interesting and fun experience. The first assignment was a blog post on the free topic, and I decided to choose the game Undertale. There were a couple of reasons for that. Personally, I wanted to show that games are not simply entertainment and can be meaningful and complex. Practically, I was most certain that it would actually make coherent and full-range use of multimodality, so that it would be easier to analyze. This experience was very interesting, as I was analyzing various aspects of the game I loved and I could share. But the assignment posed a great challenge to me since I had no prior experience with designing anything and wasn't doing anything creative in a long while. The next assignment was digital narrative. For this assignment I was very motivated since I had an idea for it and was eager to share my experience on that matter. Writing the storyboard was surprisingly interesting as I was thinking day and night about the content and the ways of creating the right atmosphere. The best and the most challenging part was probably making it creepy and unsettling, as I have never created anything like this before and liked watching the videos on this topic. For example, such channels as Mr. Force or Sumachkin, whom I was taking inspiration from. The third assignment was public service announcement. Unfortunately, it was difficult to find time for this assignment, but due to generosity of our professor James Wider, the deadline was postponed twice. However, I managed to complete the video part before the announcement of the second deadline, so it still was pretty rushed and many ideas were not complete. Another issue is that using Garry's Mod turned out to be far more difficult than I initially thought, and it forced me to dispose of an idea of using it for the whole video and instead only limit it to a few sketches. Overall, I liked the process of filming in the game and editing with a bunch of images, even though I regret that I couldn't make it the way I was planning to. For the final group project, we decided to contact and create promo materials for an NU game development club. It was a valuable experience of working with others, where I was in charge of the games page and for adapting several sections of the website for the mobile view. However, honestly, it felt like I was not doing enough, which is a part of the reason why I prefer to work alone. But ultimately, I would consider a project a success and a great learning experience of working with others on the same project simultaneously. Overall, the greatest challenge for me personally was the lack of restraints. To be honest, I'm not used to this much freedom in doing an assignment, and I often found myself not knowing what to do next and which approach to take. To manage this issue, I was often discussing it with my family and invested more into the idea that came to me first. This course also taught me the ways of design and helped me with being creative, something I haven't done since I was a little kid, and made me more willing to create content and share my thoughts, or in other words, made me more confident in expressing myself, which will surely help me in communicating more efficiently in both academic and professional scenario. Also, learning multimodality and video editing techniques will assist me in creation of more engaging content in the future.